Hey guys, what's going on? It's Shepard. Welcome back. It's been a while, but I figured I'd give my inner thoughts on the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. We're gonna look obviously deeper into it, as you know. So Kendrick Lamar, his real name is Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, right? We're gonna look into the etymology of the name of Kendrick Lamar. That should give us a idea of who he is. We're also going to be looking at Drake, and we'll obviously get an idea through the etymology of his name, who he is, and what he represents. So let's take a look. So Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, right quick. I'm going to add in a new tab right quick. We're going to go with the last name. So Duckworth, this unusual surname is of Anglo-Saxon origin and is locational from a place in Lancashire called Duckworth Fold. The first element is the Old English pre-7th century personal name Duca of uncertain origin and worth, a homestead, hence Duca's homestead. So that's pretty simple, right? It's simple understanding. We understand from this that basically Kendrick Lamar stands on his homestead, right? Take that, okay? We'll hold on to that, right? Then we'll look at the etymology of Kendrick. Kendrick is a surname that has several different origins. It could be derived from the Old English or Welsh personal names that mean royal power, bold power, or chief hero. It could also be a shortened form of the Gaelic surname Mac Anreg, which means son of Henry. The surname Kendrick was first found in Ayrshire and Fife in Scotland. So I don't like going to the behind the name, but I also like looking at this right here, as it says Kendrick is a surname sometimes used as a masculine given name, which may originate from the Welsh Cynrig, meaning greatest champion. So from this so far, we're understanding that he is the greatest champion who stands on his homestead. And then we'll take a look at Lamar. Lamar is a name of French Norman origin, derived from the Old French la mer, which translated to the pool or the pond, fitting. The name was originally de la Mer from the great fief of la Mer, near Saint Opportune in the commune of Étroit, Normandy, where their castle was built upon piles on the margin of the lake still called Grand Mare. Lamar would have been used to identify a person dwelling near a pond or some such pool of water. The name also has roots in Germanic and Latin languages. So we have royal power, bold power, and or greatest champion, who is by a pool or a pond of water, and he's from LA, who stands on his homestead. So we can understand that this is the greatest champion who stands on his homestead by the water. Basically, we understand that Kendrick was always going to have a, should I say, impact on whatever it is that he pushed himself to, which obviously came to be an MC and one of the greatest that we've ever seen, no debate. He has obviously helped many people, and he continues to do so by his latest tape, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. And the tape is beautiful. It is more than just an album. It is a. Someone said it earlier, and I'd like to repeat it. It sounds almost like some of the track or some of the pieces in the album are a play. And when you look at it from that viewpoint, it's I think it's much more beautiful. It's amazing. There's so much trauma and healing in that alone, which if you take a look at his previous works, he has always worked up to trying to heal. All of his works have been about trauma, right? So, and not just, we're just generalizing the word trauma. So I don't want anyone to mistake that for any other things. But let's take a look at Mr. Aubrey Drake Graham and the things that he's been accused of. Should they match up? Let's take a look. So here, this is the online etymology dictionary. Aubrey is a masculine personal name from Old French aubre, from Old High German Albrek, ruler of elves, or Albre Rada, elf council, feminine. See elf, noun, in U.S. It began to be used as a girl's name, 1973, and was among the top 100 given names for girls born 2006 to 2008, eclipsing its use for boys, which faded in proportion. So entries linking to Aubrey, right? Elf, noun. One of a race of powerful supernatural beings in Germanic folklore. Old English elf, American Kentish elf, Northumbrian, Ylf, plural, West Saxon, sprite, fairy, goblin, incubus, from Proto-Germanic, albis, source also of West or Old Saxon, alf, Old Norse, alf, with a evil spirit, goblin, incubus, origin unknown, according to Watkins, possibly from Pi, Albo, White, used figuratively for mischievous person from 1550s. Okay, I think we've read enough of that, right, to understand already who we're talking about. This word right here sticks out. An incubus, right? I'm not sure if we all are aware of what an incubus is. But we're gonna look at it. Obviously, a male demon believed to have sexual intercourse with sleeping women. Now, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying something. Allegedly. Of course, this just must be one of those coincidences. Well, I don't know. Let's take a look at Drake. Noun 1. Male of the duck. Male of the duck. Where did we see duck, though? Where did we see duck? What? So this Drake takes on a real male of the duck, the greatest champion, the ugly duckling, if you will, right? So male of the Drake, 1300, unrecorded in Old English, but it might have existed from West Germanic, Draco. Source also of Low German, Drake, spelled the same. Second element of Old High German, unreherto, German, entere. Dialectal German, drake. Dragon. 1200. From Old English, draka, dragon, sea monster, huge serpent. From Proto-Germanic, draco. Source also of Middle Dutch and Old Frisian, drake. Dutch, dra. Old High German, traho. German, drak. And early borrowing from Latin, draco. See, dragon. So we have the ruler of elves, who's an incubus, evil spirit, huge serpent, dragon, sea monster. Are we getting the point yet? I hope we are. Let's go to Graham. The surname Graham is an Anglo-French form of the name of the town of Grantham in Lincolnshire, England. The settlement is recorded in the 11th century Domesday Book variously as Grantham, Grandham, Granham, and Graham. Now, etymology. We like the etymology. Family name attested from early 12th century, an Anglo-French form of the place name Grantham, Lincolnshire, in reference to crackers, bread, etc. made from the unsifted whole wheat flour. Okay. What is some of the allegations that Kendrick threw against Drake? Is that he hypersexualizes black women, right? He hypersexualizes black women. We're not going to say all the things. But, you know, he likes to diddle with teens and little millies. And we have someone who is named Kendrick Lamar Duckworth going up against someone named Aubrey Drake Graham. Where their names being broken down in etymology, which is the original form of the name or of the word, are showing us a literal play on the characters that they presented to be themselves as. You see, this is what it means called living up to one's name. Are you following? I hope we're following, because that's what it's all about. When you're living up to your name, like Kendrick is a surname that has several different origins. Royal power, bold power, chief hero. Again, in Welsh, meaning greatest champion. It's not fallacies. It's proof. Not just because it's on the internet. Look at all the other. We can go and look at all the other links if we'd like. Let's learn slang. Sure. Origin of the name Kendrick. Before we delve into the historical aspects of Kendrick, it's important to understand the name itself. Kendrick is derived from the Old English name Cenric, which was composed of the elements Cen, meaning bold, and Ric, meaning ruler or king. This combination of meanings gives Kendrick a strong and regal connotation. So, the etymology of Kendrick reveals its ancient roots and its evolution throughout the ages. The name can be traced back to the Anglo-Saxon period, where it was commonly used. During this time, names held great importance and often reflected the values and aspirations of individuals and their communities. There it is. So, like I just said, this wasn't a beef. This was more who's living up to be the person that they're supposed to be. So when Kendrick goes around throwing those allegations, I kind of don't take them lightly. I take them as if maybe a king has spoken. So you have to understand, Kendrick doesn't believe himself to be a savior. And if you don't believe that, go listen to Mr. Morale. I can't remember which track off the top of my head on the album, but he says, I forget word for word, but Kendrick is not your savior. Cole something something, but he is not your savior. Future told you to get a money counter, but he is not your savior. You have to understand that, yeah, Kendrick may have done some fucked up things, I'm sure, to get into the position that he got to. Who knows? But I don't think it's as fucked up as what Drake has done to get into the position that he's gotten into. Kendrick makes these allegations right after all the Dan Schneider stuff comes out on Netflix and the documentary about Quiet on the Set. Who else was on Nickelodeon right before this, quote, Quiet on the Set era? So before Quiet on the Set, was it Hush Your Goddamn On Mouth? You see what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes it's a lot deeper than what we actually really do perceive it to be. And the most unfortunate part is that Cat Williams told us, and Kendrick even mentioned that, you know, for me, I've been trying to open people's eyes to Hollyweird and the weird stuff that goes on around us for years. Granted, I haven't been making videos, but then again, that's on me. But I think we're going to turn all that around. I think the 5% is awake now, and there's enough information for us to share around to each other to really shift history here. We have to turn the tides. And I believe that Kendrick is obviously helping us turn these tides. So, thank you all for checking out the video. If there was anything that you learned, make sure you drop a comment down. Let me know what you learned. If you'd like to see something next, let me know. I think in the next video, I'll be doing a deeper dive into the meanings behind the actual names of Kendrick songs. Obviously, Meet the Grams is Meet the Grams, like the family, and obviously Dennis Graham, his father, is no no saint. So there's plenty of dirt out there on all of this, and I'm willing to show my face and expose it because I fear nothing. There's nothing for me to fear. And I'm hoping that you all would like to take a ride with me and continue our journey of learning and spreading and sharing knowledge. So, thank you. Love and peace.